Oh my god, welcome to a new Dota carry tier list. Oh, it's me, Mr. Beast of Dota here. Okay, let's start off with the tier list here. We're gonna start bottom to top this time in the tier list. It's gonna be hard for my brain not to just do what I see and place it, but that's just where we're gonna go. So if you're in Herald, or maybe even like lower High Crusader, you're somewhere around there, Wraith King, very good hero. Higher up, not so much. Not a good hero right now. We're in the ranged carry era. That is what it is. Good luck playing Wraith King against 400 billion Solar Crest, Glimmers, Auras, range heroes with pikes that kite you. Yeah, good luck. But in Herald, respawning is OP. So keep that in mind. Ricky Maru. Legends foretell the coming of Ricky Maru in Herald. They don't know when he's coming. They don't know where he is. They don't buy detection. They say split up around the map solo the whole game farming. He will eat them alive one by one. Now, hero specialist category as well, I want to get out of the way. There are some carries that you can pick that aren't meta, but if you just have 10,000 games of Meepo, go nuts. You'll probably win. Honestly, I can't think of too many other carries right now that just require a lot of technique, so to speak. You can probably put Lone Druid there too, but that's really about it. Arc Warden, I don't know. I feel like we'll put Arc Warden in a different tier. Don't worry. We'll cover Arc Warden. Don't worry. Faceless Void is just okay. LC from the offlane. This is carry only. F tier Wind Ranger CK. I don't know if they're exactly F tier, but they're very close. I almost cursed, and I can't curse on YouTube. I forgot about that. It's very flippin' close. Okay. Now, F tier, pick if you hate yourself. Everyone should love themselves. They shouldn't hate themselves. Don't pick Arc Warden carry. I don't even the Arc Warden players don't want to pick Arc Warden right now. It's just, I've never seen this hero win or do anything this patch. Another F tier carry, in my personal humble opinion that is right, and if you don't agree with it, you're kind of wrong, sorry, is... Where's he at? I should have kind of planned this out a bit more, because now that I'm going bottom to top, it's messing with my mojo. I can't flip and take it, actually. Jug. I think Jug is terrible. I also think PL is terrible. If you pick these heroes, it's not unwinnable. You can win. It's not going to be by, your own choice a lot of the time. Someone's going to have to drag you there, or you're going to have to get lucky farm in the lane and, snowball a win. But it's going to feel miserable 99.9% of the time. I should add a whole brand new category for carries. There's also pick if you hate your team. So just F tier is pick if you hate yourself or your team. Sometimes you hate your team and you end up picking anti-mage. And everyone's going to hate you and report you. Medusa is one of the strongest heroes in the patch. We'll get to her later. And I have yet to see an anti-mage best a Medusa in combat. I've seen Medusa win 13 out of 13 times in the past 2 weeks versus anti-mage. I don't know, what happened. He's in a really dark place. Bloodseeker, same tier. Bloodseeker's terrible. I won a game with the Bloodseeker by accident the other day. He picked it to counterpick Pango. That was the only time I've seen it do anything, and it was still really bad. He got the facet where you have to press your passive to run fast. It ended, and he started walking at... This CM was 100 HP and outran the Bloodseeker when his passive ran out. It was this, I couldn't believe my eyes how bad the hero was. Yeah, some pro teams are picking it for Pango counter. Don't worry about that. Pango will counter himself in most games. There's not many good Pango players out there. Pick for fun. Now, There's a lot of fun heroes in my favorite game, Dota 2. I think Slark is a pick for fun right now. It's very hard to fight into like teams that group up a lot, and there's not many heroes you can kind of whittle down. Just feels kind of hard. I actually think Slark's spells are in a really good place for now. I think his ult is a pretty low cooldown. Like, he got a lot of buffs a few patches ago. I don't think he got a good facet, right? I think his facet is just what he had before, like the pounce steal stats. He had that already, so he doesn't get a facet. And then his innate abilities, like, what does his innate do again? I don't remember. He needs Ags, though? That's true. I don't think Io is pickable as a carry right now. I think it's better as a mid, to be honest. It's his regen, so he gets it without his ult now? Is that how it works? I honestly haven't seen it very much. But at least he has a decent innate, but like I said, his facet's just completely useless. Moving on. I think Razor. I would pick him. I'd put him in pick if good game, but honestly, I think it's pick for fun. I don't think Razor has many good lane matchups, and even the ones he does do well in, you just kind of get out carried. I think it's just better as off lane or mid. But like, there isn't a hero in the meta, like even Medusa. If you link a Medusa, I feel like you're just going to die. Like, even if you have a lot of items. If you link a Luna, she's just going to condo you to death and pike away. If you link a Shadow Fiend, unless you're like equal farm or ahead, it's not going to go well either. It kind of is what it is. I don't want to miss too many heroes. Ursa, I think you can pick if it's a good Ursa game. There are some, there aren't too many, but it's a lot better. If I have an Ursa on my team, they usually win their lane pretty hard and do really well, and it's good enough. Battle Fury helps you scale against those other late game carries pretty well. If the top end wasn't so heavy, I might move Ursa up, but we'll get to the top part. Oh, Sven. I kind of forgot about Sven. I think Sven... Yeah, you're probably picking this for fun. I just don't think it's very good right now. There isn't much to say about Sven. Like, Sven's just a worse version of Medusa and Dragon Knight right now, right? Or Luna. Like, just... Alright, TA. TA, pick for fun as well. I'm going to mix up the C and D category a bit, and I might change some stuff. TA fell from S tier all the way down to D tier after many, many nerfs. Probably one of the most broken heroes in the game when they first added facets. Not so much anymore. Where's Terrorblade? I'm sure someone's going to make this work in the pro scene. I completely forgot to put Terrorblade at the top of F tier. This hero, I don't know what's wrong with it. In theory, it should be good against the Lunas, the Dusas, the Shadow Fiends, those heroes that like you reflection and just meta to death. But he just gets outscaled by all of them. His talents suck, I guess, and that's just what it is. His talent and facets just don't do anything for him. Dragon Knight, I think you can pick if it's a good Dragon Knight game. He was picked every game last patch. I don't remember if he was nerfed that much or other stuff was buffed, but I just haven't like seen a Dragon Knight really pop off as hard as it did a couple weeks ago or a month ago. The build is still fire facet and like basically pretending you're a Battle Fury carry. PA, I think PA is good if not countered. I think PA is either top of C or bottom of B. Now, it is difficult to play PA against the very best heroes in the patch, but when they're not picked, if you have a good lane matchup, you will solo carry the game. That's just how this hero works. If your lane sucks and your other lanes don't carry you, you're going to insta-lose. That's how this hero has kind of always been. What counters PA? It's usually like supports and mid, but honestly, like some offlane matchups can just be really bad for you. Like Axe and Centaur can kind of do you in, I think. Stuff that can like burst you in the early game. Depends more about the supports too. Like sometimes you'll just end up against really passive supports. Other times it'll be like a Centaur Snapfire lane. You'll just get farmed over and over again. People used to pick PA to counter Beastmaster. I don't know if that's still the case. I think they go Methodical Facet and they go Battle Fury BKB or Battle Fury Manta BKB. You don't need the Deso when you go Methodical. What else are we missing? Sniper. I guess we could put this at bottom of D. It is what it is. There's not too much to say about Sniper. I think Muerta, maybe bottom of C. I think she's underrated for sure. The ult lasts 7 seconds level 1. I learned that the other day. And this hero is just very immobile. And like another transformation hero, and transformation heroes just don't feel that strong right now because the meta carries can just always fight pretty much. Like even without their ultimates, they don't care too much. Like, and they fight early. Muerta needs a little longer than the other heroes. CK is, I guess I can put CK. CK's pick for fun. It's above Sniper. There's not too much to say about CK. He was really strong, and then he got nerfed a bunch, and it just doesn't really fit the meta. Spectre's interesting. I think most people would put Spectre in F or D, but I think Spectre's like bottom of C. This hero can shine. Again, like it's kind of like PA. If you have a free lane, you're going to crush the game. But there are so many worse lanes for Spectre than PA. Like so many worse. It's like insane how much worse. Blade Mail Spectre feels really strong if you get it early, or even Orchid Malevo. But just like good luck getting out of lane, really. I don't know what they can change. Like if they buff her lane, she's just going to be completely broken. So I don't know what they can do to the hero to make it like serviceable. And there's some games where you can come back with your ult because, you know, if the other lanes go well and carry you, you can steal some kills, but you're still going to, like, feed a lot to their offlaner. We'll put Marcy in Hero Specialist, actually. You pick this hero as a carry only with IO, and it's not been picked that much this patch. It was a good cheese pick a month or two ago. Monkey King. Monkey King is almost always a middle hero these days, but in the right game, you can pick it. That's not bad. Windranger and Lina? Okay, well, let's get those out of the way then. I completely forgot about those. I think Anti-Mage is the same strength as Lina and Windranger right now. So, yeah, they were, like, super broken a few patches ago, especially Windranger. Nerfed into the ground. Don't even bother picking these heroes. Nature's Prophet, this hero got nerfed quite a bit too, but it's still okay. If you're a Nature's Prophet player, you can make it work. It's not going to be bad. But not as good as before. And he does fit the meta of like carries that can fight early and do well in their lane. But the other carries just outscale him pretty hard until like the ultra super late game with the Treants and the ratting and stuff. Is Naga even a carry? Has anyone played carry Naga in the past, like, year? Definitely not Mirana. Drow Ranger? I think Drow Ranger's definitely just always... Not always, but, like, mostly just been a C-tier pick, I think. Like, if your lane is good, you'll do fine. If your lane is bad, it's miserable. Good comeback potential. I don't know what the current build is for her right now. I haven't seen her very much. I have seen some pros pick her here and there. I think there's just so many better options is the problem, and it's only really going to get picked if all the other options are banned. Naga's Hero Specialist. We'll throw it there. I feel like the hero's just not a carry right now. It's mostly picked as support. Lifestealer is definitely a step up from F tier, but not a very good hero. Clinks. Well, I actually think Clinks is Hero Specialist. I actually think if you play a lot of Clinks, and I'm willing to put Weaver there too. Clinks and Weaver can take over a game, but you have to be like, you have to have played them an insane amount of times. Like the amount of effort you have to put in on Weaver and Clinks to win a game compared to like Luna is like astronomical. Like you have to play so much better to win on these heroes. And I don't think they're bad heroes right now. They're just not like Naga 1 is 100 games. Yeah, that's not a lot. Troll Warlord. Okay, Troll's probably B tier. I actually think Troll's still pretty strong. This might be a little bit of a hot take, putting Troll above the other heroes in C. But I actually think I've mostly seen Troll do well. There hasn't been too much variety in my games for carry. Like once we get to the A and S heroes, and don't you worry, we'll get there pretty soon. You'll see that like the 4 or 5 best carries are in every game. If those heroes are banned, you start seeing some of these other heroes, and these heroes aren't bad. Like they're actually pretty good. They just don't stand a chance against the heavy hitters of the patch. Faceless Void? Where I didn't put Void in, right? Honestly, I'd probably rather see a Spectre on my team than Faceless Void. I hate to say it. It's like it's just too slow. He's just too slow paced. He doesn't farm fast enough. He doesn't win his lane hard enough. He doesn't fight fast. Like his cooldown's too long. It's just not good. Arteezy said Troll is too vanilla. Let me look at the win rate for it, because I've seen Troll do very well when he's picked. I just haven't seen him picked often. I think he fits the meta pretty well. He fights early, and he fights a lot, and he wins his lane. And there's like different builds you can go. You can go Maelstrom Ags, you can go Battle Fury. Itoro is playing Troll a few times, apparently. Itoro Monet. I really don't think it's that bad. I rate him higher than the other heroes. That's for sure. Mostly, like, the problem with carry rate is you're usually not going to have last pick. I'd rather have a Troll on my team without last pick than having, like, a Slark or like, a Nature's Prov. Like, I just think, like, the gap between B and A and S is just really big. Gyrocopter, I think, is B tier. I mean, some people think Gyro's broken. I don't think so. I do think Enigma is one of the best heroes in the patch, and Enigma is like auto lose versus Gyrocopter in lane. So it's like he has a super huge purpose in the patch as an Enigma counter, and like if the heroes like are banned that are better than him, he's a very strong carry. A bad in carry, sure. And Herald, I believe that. Kind of similar to the Wraith King. Why would Gyro be broken? I've just heard some carry players say that Gyro is really broken right now. I've heard some rumors in the grapevine. Morphling, yep. Morphling is A tier, I believe. I think Morphling, very strong hero. Not quite broken, but always happy to have a Morphling on my team. Always happy to have a Morphling on my team. Unless they're a first-time Morphling. Then I'm very upset. Just making sure I don't miss any other heroes that are lower on the list before we get to the big carries. Ouch. Ouch, I think A tier as well. I think if there was like a tier between A and B, I would put him there solo. I'd rather have a Morph on my team than Alk. But I'm happy to have an Alk on my team. Usually they win their lane, they get really farmed. They're like, it's nice to have an Alk on your team. Now, there's 3 heroes in the patch that are picked in every single game and usually double pick banned. And they're as follows: Shadow Fiend, Luna, and Medusa. And I'm going to spend some time talking about how broken these heroes are. I could argue that Medusa's A tier. Like, you can put her in front of Morphling if it lets me. I'm going to put her in S tier. Shadow Fiend is 100% picked or banned. Luna is like 80% to 90% pick or ban. Deuce is like 50 to 60% pick or ban. Every single game will have one of these 3 heroes, or they'll all be banned. All of them. Shadow Fiend's passive is insanely broken. The facet that makes you have more minus armor the more kills it sounds like it's not a big deal. Oh, he'll just get a couple kills and the aura will run out. If you get a kill on Shadow Fiend, okay, you get the bonus soul, who cares? -2 armor on your aura for 70 seconds. You might think, oh, that'll run out in 70 seconds. It's not a big deal. Shadow Fiend dies. You think the buff is over. No, he respawns. He still has the buff. If he gets another kill, it refreshes for another 70 seconds. I've seen Shadow Fiends with like 20 stacks at 20 minutes, minus like 50 armor to the whole enemy team. It is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. They need to make the stacks not refresh or not persist through death. It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in any patch in Dota history. Moving on. Luna, I don't know what they were like on at Valve HQ when they gave her one of the most ridiculous 25 talents I've ever seen. You get the like 2 glaives on Moonbeam or Lucent Beam, whatever it's called, level 20. And then at level 25, you get double beams. So you just shoot 2 of them in a fight. I've seen a 1 HP Luna shoot a 25 beam without popping Satanic, just having lifesteal at heal to full. The level 20 is a crazy power spike. Level 25 is like a double crazy power spike. It's ridiculous. Shadow Fiend's talents, I forgot to mention, are also ridiculous. The aura working on towers, Shadow Rays doing attack damage. The damage per soul is not as big as a power spike at 20 as it used to be because he gets less souls and more damage per soul on previous things. Conda Luna lets you play a different playstyle of Luna too, because you can just play beam based. You don't have to play like the old school Manta, Butterfly, Satanic frontline carry. You can play in the back. You can blink in with your W late game and the shard if you want to play like that style. If you have to go on the back line, there's just very versatile hero, and typically she was a farm fast end the game type of hero that kind of had a weaker late game. Like people got on top of her. But the 20 and 25 talent make her like she's already very strong in the early game still, can fight early. She maxes beam because she gets glaives for free pretty much, or not the aura for free, and she just goes glaives and beam. Can fight early with eclipse. Strong at all points of the game. Lane, mid game, 20 talent, 25 talent, always strong. Medusa, kind of similar. They go the venomous volley thing. What is it called? The facet that on the 5th hit you slow. That works on Manta, which I didn't know. Like the Manta also applies a different instance of it. Medusa is very strong in lane if you can't focus her level 1 and 2 and her shield is weak. The like free spell she got as well, the like rooting thing, is a lot of damage actually. I've seen some people even get 2 points of it in lane just for damage. It's like she's also really strong in lane, can show up to early fights with just a Manta. She doesn't do as much damage as the other two, and I think she's definitely a step down, but also a ridiculous late game hero. Are there any carries I'm missing? Because that's pretty much the whole list. I'm like pretty confident that this is the whole list. Yeah, SF also wins every lane. Brood and Tiny? Oh, we can put Brood and Hero Specialist, actually. I think Brood is broken in pubs if you're really good at it, but she's much harder to play. Tiny is not a carry. I think that's pretty much it, right? Let me just comb the list one more time. Bristleback, Bristleback's mostly an offlaner. He's probably like a pretty good carry, to be honest. I don't think Mirana's a carry. Another like symptom of all the nerfs to like Gleipnir and like she got same nerfs kind of as Wind Ranger. She's not picked as a carry anymore. Lycan's not a carry. If I put Marcy to IO Tiny, Tiny's just not a carry. I refuse to believe there's ever been a carry Tiny game in the past year. Like, I actually just don't believe it. I haven't seen a carry Tiny even with IO. I think Troll is okay. I don't think he's broken. These heroes, like Troll and PA and Gyro, are heroes I hear a lot of complaints about in low rank games too. Silencer carry? Nah. Pudge carry is like an illusion carry counter, like Naga counter. No one's picking those illusion carries right now, so there's just no purpose to play it. It's not like a true carry. It's just like a counter pick type of thing only. But yeah, that's it for the tier list. I hope you enjoyed. Here's the full list. Please stop picking Anti-Mage and Lena. Please. Oh, for the love of God, please. Huskar Hero Specialist? Just play it middle or offlane, honestly. I'd rather have an offlane Huskar than a carry Huskar. And, yeah. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.